traveling down the road, listening to the radio, to the news, and they arguing points, talking points, what they call it, talking points, about slavery. And they even issue a day for remembering slavery. And they have Mr. Glover, I think his name, the guy from a movie star from Predator, a Hollywood artist, one of the best we have in this country, one of the best humans that we have in this country, Americans or United States of America citizens, is speaking to Congress about it. He wants reparation, and everybody is calling for reparation. And I'm sitting here analyzing the data, and the data is the following in my mind. The English who enslaved the African men and women, they sort of like play superiority. They are the one who enslave other humans, and they are the one who make a profit out of it, and they are the ones who have the technology to bring all these humans out here and control them by force. They have the firearms, and they have all the superiority. Well, let's analyze that. The English, who are these people? They supposedly enslave everybody, all the way to 1865. Well, 1860s, when Lincoln gave them their freedom, right? Well, they are slaves themselves. They are slaves themselves. They are Viking tribes. The Viking tribes, they painted them like they are the superior biology in this planet, but it is not so. As a matter of fact, the word Viking means farmer, and they were a slave themselves. And the only accomplishment that the Viking have was ravage the countryside of religious places on arm, and they end up by Philip V, the Spaniard. All of them end up being Christians and losing their identity completely. There is no longer a Viking identity anywhere. No weaponry, no signs, no nothing. So this sort of like superior Frenchmen and superior Europeans, they're all being a slave of one another at one point. All of them. And if your name is Rodriguez or Gonzalez or I don't know, any son from the Iberia Peninsula, actually you are the strongest. You end up slaving everybody else, but you begin yourself as a slave. So now let's analyze this, knowing this data. Why are they claiming they need recompense for these actions? Well, the problem is they want to divide us. They want to say the following. They want to build you a museum in Washington D.C. They build you a nice museum that costs like, I don't know, $200 million, some kind of crazy number, and then they put all kind of stuff in there, and then they name it the African American Museum. The African American Museum. Well, by default, when they build you a museum, they telling you that you are not from here, that you have nothing to do with the United States of America, and you actually, you biology, you African biology is the one that actually built it. They claim that they are the slave owners, but they enslaved themselves, and now they're building you a building to tell you that you are not one of us, and you fall for it. You go up there and say, oh, I'm going to the African American Museum. I'm going to the Native American museum, right? So they build it for you to say you are not one of that us. We are the Americans, but you are not. But I got news for you, because there is people out here like me that have excellent biology, and we know who we are, and we do not call ourselves whites. We not call ourselves anything but mans of this planet. And we need to educate the Hollywood elite. The Hollywood elite is isolated by themselves. I feel sorry for these people. These people, they believe that they are doing something. How can I say, proper and novel, and they are helping us, and actually they're not. They're separating us. That is what they do. They're separating themselves from guys like me, or from the population at large. So when somebody tells you that it's going to give you something, it's going to compensate you for, because you were slave, it's just telling you, hey, you inferior, you are not one of us. That is what they saying. They saying they are in control and you not. And if you fall for it, that's it, it's over. Now, what you must demand, and this is a demand, you must demand education for the entire American population, for the entire, not just the United States, no, for the entire Americas, for the entire continent. Because if we not unite, not just the continent, but the world, the planet, we are going to be in a precarious position here in a couple of thousand years, and it's going to take that a couple of thousand years. We can take a telescope and look up and see what's coming. It's just as simple as that. I cannot go and elaborate that, because the video is going to go from politics to astros. And listen, we are a biological, I cannot even pronounce it, entity. We are just animals. So let's stop being animals and start being intelligent animals. Start trying to divide each other, and let's educate one another, please. Let's educate one another. Let's not hit each other in the head and say, I'm better than you are. Because when you do that and you attack somebody, guess what? They're going to retaliate, and they are probably better than you are. And if they retaliate with all the capacity and all the, how can I say, the experiences throughout thousands of years, you are not going to have a chance. So Englishmen, so let me tell you, if you divide us and they lose control of us, you are going to disappear. Just as simple as that. Spain is going to be disappearing, because we have the language. We have, you in England are maybe what, 70 million? Maybe at the most, right? We right here at 360 million, and we speak just the same language that you have, with an accent, of course. We are no English, but what I'm trying to say is that you will not have a chance. So please do not divide us. Do not divide us, and allow our elites to work. Allow Mr. Glover to make a movie, and make a movie about what it's like to be him, and what it's like to be a United States citizen, and a citizen of the planet. You know what it's like to do that. And let's help these people that is so isolated. Let's show them Walmart. Let's show them what is order in Amazon, how you work Amazon. You know, people who work up there. The advancement, like Mr. Jeff Bezos advancing technologies like rocketry and aerospace, and now he just got like 15 something new aircraft, and pretty soon they're going to be autonomous, and that is what we need to help. We need to teach people that it is okay to advance our civilization, to advance our technology, and we can do it protecting each other. We can do it protecting each other's languages and each other's biology, not attacking one another. We need the diversity to survive. That it is as simple as that. Anyway, I hope you think about it. The asking for money for a population just because they were at one point slaves is not the solution. And it's not the solution because the Anglo-Saxons were also slaves of my grandfather. And my grandfather was a slave of the Romans. And the Romans were a slave on the Etruscans. We've been doing this for thousands of years. We need to stop. We need to stop being a slave for one another and promote what is good in every one of us. I don't know if it is help, but I hope so. Well, I gotta go because the video is gonna be too long. So all I can say is Pax Romana.